What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is the Madison League Cup Top 8. And on the bottom we have Mac playing his Umbreon Wobbuffet Evolutions deck. And on the top we have Antonio playing his Speed Darkrai deck. Now we have seen both these players play during their Swiss rounds. We did see, I can't remember what Mac actually took down. I think it was Volcania maybe? Maybe he didn't win. I'm not sure. I can't recall. But we know Antonio is playing his Speed Darkrai deck. He did take down James Hart playing his, what was it? What did he play? Oh, Mega Gardevoir. Yeah, Antonio took the upset and somehow beat Mega Gardevoir. And we're going to see what happens here, guys. Will Umbreon Wobbuffet take down Speed Darkrai? Or will Speed Darkrai take down Umbreon? So it's going to be a very interesting matchup. I'm not sure how this matchup really goes. I haven't played a lot of Umbreon Wobbuffet, so I don't know, like, how the math works out. I mean, Umbreon GX does have like 200 HP, so it's a bit of a tank. It is going to be hard for Darkrai to knock it out immediately, which is great for Mac. And yeah, 200 damage, Stray for 30, Shadow Bullet for 90, and Dark Call discards some energies, which could disrupt Antonio, and that's the big key here. He can discard 2 energies on Antonio's side of the field and make it where he does 40 less damage, which could be a really good thing for him. Now, Mac does start with an Eevee. I'm pretty sure I saw him put that down. He's got a Dark Energy in hand, so he'll be able to fight an Umbreon turn 1. And let's see what's going to happen, guys. And here is top 8 of the Madison League Cup. So, Antonio going to put a Dark Energy EXP share into Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 70 cards. He's got a Darkrai. He's got some Ultra Ball, a Max Elixir. Was he an Ultra Ball? Discarding Ultra Ball, Ultra Ball, and Ultra Ball. We'll just grab a Hoopa. Maybe a Darkrai. It looks like he's eyeballing Shaman, but does he have a Hoopa? And he will grab a Hoopa EX. Use Scoundrel, grab a Darkrai, and a Shaman. Now, he does have the option to get Salamence, but Beastly Fang will not really do too much because Mac's only EX Pokemon, I think, in his deck is going to be just Shaman. So we'll see if Max Elixir find a Dark Energy at Darkrai. We'll see a Shaman set up for multiple cards. He has another Max Elixir, and Antonio's having a great turn 1. We see a Fury Belt come down, another Max Elixir. Going to look at top cards of 6 cards of his deck. Did he find an energy? Or was that? Oh, it trains off Max Elixir. Okay, so Max Elixir, going to use that. Putting a Dark Energy at Darkrai. Okay. Those cards go back into his deck. No, those goes back in your deck. There we go. All right. Yeah, so Trainer Spell and then Max Elixir. There we go. Alright, we're good. Alright, so another Max Elixir hit. Dark Energy. He does have a third Max Elixir. And we'll go 3 for 3. And he is 3 for 3 Max Elixirs. Wow. In turn 1, Antonio has 1, 2, 3, 4 energies on the field. It led him to 100 damage next turn. But Mac does have a Dark Energy active. U Energy Evolution. Gonna find an Umbreon. And there's not a fighting type Eevee, so you can't like hit for weakness on Darkrai like you can against Yveltal and stuff like that with Jolteon. And I'm going to see how can Mac take down this deck. Will Strafe be enough? He really doesn't have too much in his hand. There's a Trainer's Mail. Okay, what will he get here? Gonna look through his hand to see what all of his choices are. And he's going to grab a Nest Ball. We'll allow him to grab Pokemon and put it onto his bench. And let's see what he decides to get here. It looks like he's going to grab a Wobbuffet, which is really nice because he can do 30 to the Yveltal, promote the Wobbuffet, and just wait a turn. You know, don't let your Wobbuffet get hit. I mean, don't let your Umbreon get hit. Let Wobbuffet get hit instead. Wobbuffet is really not going to get knocked down unless Antonio retreats into a Darkrai. So we'll see Wobbuffet come down. And we'll see a second more discard his hand, draw 7 cards. He discards a Switch. I think a Dark Energy Super Rod and a Flareon. And does Mac find a Flowstone? He will use Strafe regardless, do 30. And switch to the Wobbuffet shift on abilities. Mac does have a Parallel City, but you can see he's trying to contemplate which way to put it. But nope, there's a reverse value instead. And we'll see a Strafe for 40. And onto Antonio's turn. Let's see what he does. He's going to put a Dark Energy on the Darkrai. Escape Rope, make the Umbreon GX come back in the Axe spot. We'll see Darkrai EX come up. Right now, do 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Doing 120 damage, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 130, sorry. And EXP she will go down. Trainer's Mail. Look at top 4 cards of his deck. He's got a Sycamore. Okay. And VS Seeker. He only has 1 Max Elixir left in his deck, so he will train as well for Sycamore. Okay. And let's see. He's already attached per turn. I'll probably see a Dark Pulse for 130 damage. Yep, that's what we see, 130. Coming down onto the Umbreon. Alright, so on to Mac's turn. Gonna draw a card. And does Mac find an energy? If he could use Umbreon's GX attack and get 2 Dark Energies off the active to slow down his opponent just a little bit. But still, you're in a really weird position. So Energy Evil going to put a Dark Energy back into his deck. Okay. Alright. And let's see. Mac hasn't played a supporter card yet. And will he play one? I did see a Lysander hand, but Lysander's not too useful. He might want to keep the Darker in the act spot. Like I said, discarding 2 energies off the active is probably the best thing to do. And he's going to Lysander, bring up the Hoopa. Alright. And we'll see 2 energies being discarded off that Darkrai. And alright, he's going to use his GX counter. Going to get 1 energy off both Darkrai's. I think is what he's doing right now. Which is, I guess, okay. I think I still would have rather keep the other Darkrai up and discard both energies off of it. Because if you do that, you make it where he can't attack, and he can't, like right now, he can put a Fluster on the Hoopa and give it free retreat. But instead, he's going to discard the 2 energies off the bench, so Dark Energy to that. Darkrai EX, okay, and does Antonio have it? Oh, he has an Escape Rope ahead and a Lysander, so he can Escape Rope plus a Lysander, bring in the Umbreon, take it a knockout, and put Mac in a terrible position, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and we'll see a knockout, go down to 4 price cards, Mac will promote the Wobbuffet. But Mac, I mean, what can you do here? You can grab an EV, sure. He's going to level up for... So what he wants to do is not capable because Wobbuffet's in the active spot. If he does do this, EV will come down. Gonna shuffle back into his deck. And he put a Dark Energy, but can't use it because Wobbuffet's in the active spot? Question mark? And you'll see Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Yeah, he shouldn't be able to use Energy Evolution because Wobbuffet is in the active spot. We'll see Trainer's Mail. That's okay. Alright, I guess we'll just pretend that's not a Wobbuffet. Okay, we'll see Trainer's Mail for it. Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball discarding a Love Ball and something else. Did he Ultra Ball? Okay, discard the Jolteon and a N. This will probably grab another Eevee. Ooh, a Shaman, but I mean. You can't grab Shaman because you're under Wobbuffet lock, and you can see he noticed that he's in a Wobbuffet lock with the Shaman. I think he Level Balled plus Ultra Ball at the same turn just to try to save time. Okay, and yeah, okay. So pass on to Antonio's turn. We'll just pretend that didn't happen, guys. But Trainer's been looking tough for cards. I mean, he does have a VS Seeker, so Antonio like. Theoretically, would be able to knock out this Eevee with a Dark Energy. Alright, so flows on to the Hoopa. Alright. We'll see a Lysander. Bring in the Umbreon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100 and... Well, that's a billion damage on there, alright? So I think it's 110, okay. On the Max turn, gonna draw a card. I mean, that Umbreon would hypothetically be knocked out right now. Alright, but on Max turn, let's see what he decides to do here. Will he strafe? Will he Shadow Bullet? Either way, he's in trouble. So we'll see an Eevee come down. Going to find another Umbreon, okay. Alright, and let's see an Umbreon come down. And let's see what else he decides to do. Going to play in, putting both players, well, putting Antonio down to 4, and Mac will get 6. But if Antonio finds another VS Seeker, he can bring up that Umbreon, take a knockout of it, and go down to 2 prize cards, and be in really good position. Like, he's already in a good spot right now. Mac can't take a knockout this turn. Like I said earlier, there's not a dark, Pokemon, or not a fighting Pokemon that make your stage 1's fighting type, or there's not a fighting Eevee, I guess, basic thing to say. And Mac does have a Shaman. I don't know if you put down the Shaman, because if you put down the Shaman, you put yourself in a spot to lose this game. And we'll see a Darkrai, we'll see a VS Seeker for Lysander, bring out the Umbreon, take it a knockout, going out 2 prize cards. So Mac will promote the Wobbuffet, put a DC on that Umbreon, and he still would not be able to take a knockout. VS Seeker for N. Okay. Now let's see how much damage is Antonio doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 130, which can knock out the Wobbuffet. And then Matt could knock out the Darkrai, but there's like multiple EXP shares on Antonio's side of the field, so all those energies will stay in play. So we'll see, what does Mac do here? Does he go for strafe? There's a lot of hand shuffling, but nothing being done. This is really weird. So we'll see your retreat into the Umbreon. Use Shadow Bolt for 100, bring the Darkrai up to 140. Okay, and 30 to the Shaman. Antonio will draw a card, has a Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Does he find another energy for his turn? He's got a Fear Bell he can put on the Shaman if needed. But either way, he's going to put energy on that Darkrai. I think you fear about the Shaman just in case something crazy happens. He does have a switch as well. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You could switch into the Darkrai, make where your opponent can't take a knockout next turn, which is really nice. Yeah, I think that's what you do here. I think you switch, if that is a switch in hand. Yeah, it is a switch. So yeah, I think you switch here to another Darkrai. And that's what we're going to see. 70 Darkrai, and we'll see a Dark Pulse doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140. 140 damage to that Umbreon. Alright, so on a max turn, going to draw a card. He's got a Lysander, but Lysander will not help him at all. 12, 13, 14. I mean, I guess he could Lysander the Darkrai and strafe to the Wobbuffet for knockout. But as long as Antonio has a Lysander, he'll be able to win this game by knocking out the Umbreon. So we'll see a the Darkrai come up with 1 energy, and we'll see Shadow Bolt for 90. Or for 100, sorry. And 30 to that Shaman. Okay, we'll just forget about Reverse Valley, whatever. On to Antonio's turn. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here that should be happening. Antonio's going to see how many cards are left in his deck. If he has a Dark Energy, he'll be able to win this game. Attach a Dark to the active and use a Dark Pulse. He can Ultra Ball to see what's left in there before he makes a Sycamore decision. Yeah, I definitely think you Ultra Ball here to see how many cards or see what's in there, how many Dark Energies. If there's another Pokemon you can get out, we'll see a VS for Sycamore. Like I said, he does have an Ultra Ball in hand. You can Ultra Ball to see the rest of your deck, and we'll see a few belts of Shaman, Salt Lab, and Ultra Ball discarding Delinquent and a Ninja Boy. Right here, like you grab, so there's no Darks actually left in his deck. Ooh, that's very unfortunate. Alright, so we'll see a pass on a Mac. Alright, Mac will draw a card. He can Shadow Bolt for the knockout. Okay. Okay, let's see what Mac does here. He's got a Super Rod in hand. I mean, he's looking at a Super Rod for some reason. He's got a Reverse Ball. I'm gonna put that down. Okay. Mac, I mean, he can strafe this turn, or he can Shadow Bullet, or he can VS Seeker for Lysander. I mean, I don't know how Mac still wins this. Like, he has 6 price cards left, while Antonio has 2, and all Antonio needs to find is a VS Seeker. And we know they're in his deck. We saw him. And let's see what Mac does. He is taking his time deciding what does he want to do. He's got a Dark Energy, VS Seeker. There's a VS Seeker, okay. Going to play a Team Flare Grunt, I think that's what it was. And we'll see a Strafe for 40, bringing that Darkrai up to 140. But it's 12, 13, 12. Okay, so 140. I think they did catch it next time. Alright, so on to Mac's turn. Going to draw a card, okay. I mean, but like as soon as Mac takes a knockout, he wins the game. But what could happen is Mac could deck out Antonio. So is he a delinquent? Yeah, Antonio discard 2 cards from his hand. We'll see a treat and a stray for another. Okay, for a knockout, actually, I think if you like don't take a knockout here, you eventually like win because you deck out Antonio because he doesn't have any Dark Energies left. But we'll see what Antonio does. Gonna put the Darkrai, use Dark Pulse for the knockout, going out of 1 prize card. He'll send in the Umbreon. Mac will draw a card. Mac will VS Seeker. Look at top 4 cards of his deck. He does have a VS Seeker. And with this VS Seeker, he could play Team Florgon again and discard the Dark Energy. But did Antonio find a Dark Energy off his prize card? Alright, so see a VS Seeker. And what does Mac decide to do here? Does he go for Team Flare with a Lysander? And I think if you're Mac, you might have to go for the Team Flare Ultra Ball, discarding a Lily. And another Lily, okay. Will he grab an Umbreon? I don't know. We'll find out. Does he have another Umbreon left? He has a Mewtwo, which Mewtwo is really not that useful here, but it's still going to grab it just to thin his deck down no matter what. And I don't see Antonio have a Dark Energy hand. There's a Max Luxor and an Evital. So, I mean, I don't think Mac can win this game. So we'll see a VS Seeker for Lysander, bring up the Shaman, okay. And we'll see a Strafe, actually. Or was that I think that was a Shadow Ball. Alright, so on a Max turn, I'm going to draw a card, okay. And does Mac have another Lysander? If he does, well, actually, no, he has a, okay, 12, 13, 14. So he's strafing again. Oh, so he's strafing, but not, it's a May. You don't have to. So we'll see I'm not sure what's happening. So Mac will Ultra Ball. We see Antonio just draw passing. Like, Antonio doesn't have energy left. He will lose his game But if Mac has a Lysander right now, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, he can Lysander up the Darkrai. Oh, Mac Shaman. That's why he drew in multiple cards. I didn't notice the Shaman. But if Mac can Lysander up that Darkrai, he can take a double knockout and win this game. Oh man, we'll see. Let's see what Mac decides to do here. I mean, if you're Mac, you might just pass until you hit a VS Seeker. We're gonna see a Strafe knock out the Shaman. He'll draw a card. 3 cards left for Antonio. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. I guess it doesn't take a knockout because if it did, like, I guess Antonio won. I don't know. Did Antonio? I mean, I think I think Antonio took that game. I'm pretty sure he just took that game. Like, I'm pretty sure like Antonio didn't have a way to win, but he had plenty of energies in the field to knock out that Mewtwo. If Mewtwo has 120 HP, it's fine. Yeah, that was really confusing because, like I said, I mean, Mac didn't know how many energies were left in Antonio's deck, but I definitely think, like, I mean, we know he should have had just, like, discard his energy with Team Flare Gun, make it where he can't attack, but I think if Mac goes first, then obviously he lost. If Antonio goes first, then obviously he lost, but I imagine that Mac won that game. So Mac finds a Pokemon, puts it down. He does have a Shaman in hand, but obviously I think he has like an EV or something else in there. And we'll see what happens on the game number 2. Antonio does start a Hoopa, Darkrai, and a Fear Belt. So we'll see Darkrai, and Mac will start an Eevee. And there's a handshake, and Mac will go first. We see a Love Ball for an Eevee. Okay. So 2 Eevees coming out turn 1. Mac can put an energy on the active. Reverse Valley coming down. And does he have a Dark Energy? And let's see. Yep, Dark Energy active. Use Energy Evolution to search out a Umbreon GX. Now, can Antonio have the crazy turn 1, like triple Max Elixir, hit all the energies, be good to go? You did see late game he did have his 4th Max Elixir, but at that point he had no energies left in his deck. And we're going to see what does Mac decide to do here. The Trainer's Mail, look at top 4 cards of his deck. Finds another Love Ball to grab another Eevee out. Wow, so turn 1 he'll have 3 Eevees on the field. Alright, so an Eevee army is coming out right now. So, Love Ball for another Eevee, and Mac does have a Shaman in hand. Will he play it or not? That is the big question here. Okay, Shaman sent up some more cards. And what will he do? I mean, either way, he's going to put the pressure on Antonio, because Antonio's not really going to be able to attack. And we see Lily drawn up to 8 cards in his hand since it's turn number 1. Alright, that's pretty cool. And you'll see pass on to Antonio's turn. Now, Antonio has a Floatstone. Fear Belt, I think if you're Antonio here, you might... If that's a Floatstone in hand, like I think it is, you maybe have Floatstone the active, try to Ultra Ball for like a Wobbuffet. Is that a Floatstone in his hand? I can't tell. He shuffles so quick. They're so like hyper shuffling. But we'll see 2 Darkrai's and a Shaman coming down. Okay. Still see a double Darkrai come down. We will see. Yeah, that's an Ultra Ball for sure. I'm just not sure what the other cards are. Yeah, Ultra Ball. I think that's an Ultra Ball and a Floatstone. So, yep, there's a Floatstone being discarded. I mean, I'd rather have seen... Okay, there's Baby Yveltal come down. Okay, so we'll see Baby Yveltal come down, but he won't be able to attack with it this turn because he did Fear Belt the active Darkrai. Gonna put down Shaman because you only have... You can't put down 6 Pokemon. There's not a Skype on the play, and we see a EXP share. Max looks at the top cards of his deck, and he does whiff that one. So now he's 3 for 4. Another Max Elixir will come down. There's one Dark Energy to that Darkrai. Okay. And we'll see a VS Seeker for it and give both players a new hand of 6. Now, Antonio will most likely not be able to attack this turn unless he finds an Escape Rope plus a Dark Energy. If he does find that, he'll be able to knock out an Eevee, go down to 5 prize cards, but does he find a 3, 4, 5, and he hits multiple Dark Energies, but nothing else. Fear Belt to both the Darkrai's, and we'll see a pass on a Max turn. Now, Max is going to put down Umbreon. He's going to put down another Umbreon. Does he find a DCE? If he finds a DCE, he'll be able to just start using Shadow Bullet, do 100 to the active, and 30 to maybe the Shaman EX. But I mean, how does Mac win this game? We see a Nest Ball grabbing a Wobbuffet. Okay. He could discard the energy off the active with Dark Hole GX and like discard the Dark off the active and Dark off the bench. We see an Ultra Ball discarding Delinquent and a Reverse Valley. And what will he grab here? Maybe another Eevee, maybe a second Wobbuffet. He's going to grab another Eevee. There's 4 Eevees on the field. I mean, there's four, there's three Umbreons and an Eevee turn two. That is crazy. All right, so gonna get a good shuffle there. And what else is in Mac's hand? Was he a VS Seeker for Sycamore? Discard his hand, drawn 7 new cards. You see, he does have that Jolteon, which is you know, it would be good if this is Evital, but it's not, unfortunately. Okay. And we'll see a Training Spell. Look at top cards of his deck. Finds a Parallel City, Team Flare Gun, and some other stuff. He could Parallel City, but no. Go got Team Flare Gun. Okay. And I think this is the key thing here. If you could discard the energies off your opponent's active and make them where they can't attack, then you're good to go. And you'll see a straight for 30, sending the Wobbuffet. Now Antonio's turn. Go to draw a card. He has a Dark Energy. He has a Max Elixir. Gonna look at the top 2 cards of his deck. And he does not find energy. So right now he is 0 for... Wait, no. He has to be at least 2... Or 1 for 2 this game. Is he Dark Energy to Dark? Well, how would you Dark Energy to bitch? A Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. I guess he wants to play an Escape Rope, which we do see him hit. And if you're Mac, who do you sit up with this Escape Rope? Do you let your Eevee get knocked out, or do you let your Umbreon take a hit, get a little damage on it? Okay, but yeah, we're gonna see an Escape Rope. Who does Mac sit in? We know Antonio's in the Darkrai 2 energies. That's a no-brainer, and we do see the Eevee come up. Alright, so Antonio will use Dark Pulse for the knockout to 20, 40, 60, 80. Parallel City, putting Antonio down to 3, discarding his Hoopa and Shaman. And we'll see a Dark Pulse, almost a Night Spear. Dark Pulse for the knockout. On to Mac's turn. Let's see what he does here. Does he find a DCE to use? Okay, no, going to Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Let's see what he decides to dig up here. Does he find? He finds a Dark Energy, okay. Dark Energy could get 2 energies off the active to slow down Antonio for sure. Floats into the Wobbuffet, and do we see Antonio discard 2 energies off the active? That could be really mean and put Antonio down a lot. And Antonio will only have 1 Dark Energy on the field, and he's already played 3 Max Elixir, so it'll be really hard for him to attack. And we do see everyone uses GX, discard 2 energies off the active. And we see Antonio having immediately have Escape Rope, sending the Darkrai back up, Dark Energy active, and will he play VS, or will he VS Seeker for a Sycamore? I mean, I guess it, like, hypothetically, it really doesn't matter. But right now, Dark Pulse is going to do 20, 40, 60, 70. On a Max turn, going to draw a card, put a Dark Energy to Umbreon. We'll see a Retreat and a Shadow Bullet for 90 and put 30 damage, probably on the Darkrai with the Fear Belt. So he's going to Sycamore, discard his hand, discarding a DCE. Alright, that's a pretty good card to discard. We'll see a Flowstone to the bench Umbreon, okay. We'll see a Retreat and a Shadow Bullet, dude, 90 and 30 to probably, I mean, I wonder which Darkrai he'll go for. Okay, the Darkrai with the Fury Belt. That's what I thought. Alright, so on Antonio's turn, I'm going to draw a card, put a Dark Energy on the Darkrai with the Fury Belt, and give both players new hands of 6. So what Antonio needs to find here is another EXP share. Because if he does, he could put one of that bench Darkrai with no Fury Belt or EXP share. And when your active Darkrai gets knocked out, you can keep all the energies on your side of the field. So we see Antonio use Dark Pulse for 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Okay. On a Max turn, going to draw a card. He will, 12, 13, 14. He will be able to take a knockout this turn. He does have a Life Center hand. He could have Life Center of the Darkrai with the EXP share and get it stuck in the active sponge and smack it for like 90, put 30 on the Darkrai with the Fear Belt. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, something you could do if you want to do that. This will slow down Antonio, make it where he can't attack next turn. That's a possibility. And nope, just going to take a knockout, going down to 4 prize cards. All right. And we'll see 30 damage. Going to a Darkrai with the 30 damage already on it. Antonio will send a Darkrai with the Dark Energy and the 60 damage. 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Antonio will have enough damage to take a knockout this turn. A Dark Pulse will do 20, 40, 60, 80. Actually, no, it won't. 20, 40, 60, 80. It'll only do 90, which is 180, and Umbreon will survive by 20 HP. And does Antonio find a Max Elixir to take a knockout this turn? And he does not find one. Wow. All right, Antonio, we'll grab a VS Life Center for next turn, okay? Go to Training Spell again, and doesn't find another Max Elixir. Oh, man. So yeah, Max's Umbreon is going to be safe one more turn. I mean, it just has so much HP, 200 damage. I mean, it is a lot. I mean, I think Antonio's Pokemon is like 20 more HP, but still, it's both a lot. We'll see another 90 damage coming down on a Max turn. Going to draw a card, going to train as well. Look at tougher cards of his deck, and does Mac find like a Team Flare Grunt? That could be really bad for Antonio, setting him back another energy attachment, okay. And let's see what Mac decides to do here with that VS. He could put a DC on that Umbreon. We'll see a Life Center bring up the Darkrai with nothing on it. And we'll see a Shadow Bolt for 90 and put 30 on that Darkrai with the 60 damage already on it. And let's see what Antonio does here. He does have a Sycamore. He can discard his hand, but no, go to Lysander, bring up the Shaman EX, and we'll see a pass onto Mac's turn. Does Mac have a DCE? He could Sky Turn and get the Shaman out of the active, but nope. Gonna put a Flowstone, Dark Energy out of Umbreon, and what Mac can do is retreat, and gonna use Shadow Bolt, take a knockout, putting that Darkrai EX with 120 damage. So if Antonio were to attack with that guy, Mac would immediately win with the Umbreon on the bench. We see Tauros coming down, and right now Antonio does not have a N. We'll see a Sycamore, and if Mac has a Life Center, again, he'll be able to win this game. So I think that's an EXP shirt Tauros, using, Antonio would use a ability where he take a knockout. Mac will send the Wobbuffet. And does Mac have another VS Seeker? I see a Shaman, I see a Perilous City. He does not have a win condition right now. But Special Charge, shuffle 2 Special Energies back in his deck. I think I said like Energy of the last game, but it's definitely Special Charge. Get back those DCEs. Okay, there's one. And we'll see. I think that's his only one. His deck. I mean, his discard product actually. Okay. And does Mac? I mean, Mac doesn't have a license. That's the key thing to note here. But what he could do is Shadow Bullet, put 30 more damage on that Darkrai, the 120 damage on it, and just keep putting the pressure on your opponent, which is very nice. And nope, just gonna be a Seeker for Lysander. And I think that's a knockout, right? Actually, no, it's not. He'll have 10 damage left. 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, he'll have 10 HP left. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Lysander did not do it. I forgot that he has 10 HP left. But what can Antonio do to hide from another Shadow Bullet? Shadow Bullet can do 30 damage to the bench and knock out that Darkrai with 100 or 210 HP. Alright, so does Antonio have like an Olympia? There's no way he plays Max Potion. I've never seen a Darkrai deck play Max Potion before. But it looks like Mac will take the game and bring it to game number 3. See a Dark Energy Tauros. We could see a retreat from Antonio. So you have VS Seeker. Okay, let's see what he gets here. He has a Lysander. Looks like he might be eyeballing that in. But I don't know what N does. Like N doesn't do anything. Yeah, sure, you N Mac down 2 cards, but there's no way you knock out this Umbreon. You don't do 20, 40, 60, 800, or 20, 140, 150. We'll see a was that an escape rope? I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if he played escape rope. I don't know. But Wobbuffet came the Axe Ball instead. But it didn't matter. There was no way. I think he had like escape rope, just trying to see Mac instead of the wrong Pokemon or something. But we will go to game number 3. I mean, Antonio did whiff 2 energies, which I think it did hurt him a lot, like for sure. Just not having energies on the field, not being able to attack, not being able to do a lot of damage. And we're going to game number 3. And while both players shuffle up, I want to give a shout out to TNLG Games. Like I've said this whole time, they're the one who provided the second stream and allowed us to record the whole time, which is fantastic. And guys, make sure you check out the website down below. And who do you want to see this? I know everybody probably wants Umbreon to win. It's a deck that we really haven't seen before on this channel. I mean, we've seen Umbreon Evolutions of Vespiquen, but I've never played an Umbreon Wobbuffet version. But both players are going to set up, and let's see what's going to happen. See, Mac finds an Eevee, but no Dark Energy. He has a Wobbuffet as well, but going to put an Eevee in the active and Wobbuffet to the bench. Alright, so here we go, guys. Both players are sitting up, ready to go, and we see Mac find double Wobbuffet and an Eevee. We see Antonio starting with the Tauros and putting a Dark Energy with the Max Elixir on that Evital. And I don't think Antonio has anything. He's got a Perilous City and a pass. Alright, so on to Mac's turn. Gonna put a DC on that Eevee. Love Ball to grab another Eevee. And we'll see a pass back onto Mac, most likely. I mean, pass on Antonio, sorry. Yeah, we're gonna see probably a pass unless he has a Sycamore, but I don't see any. And Antonio's turn, gonna put a Fighting Fear Belt, Escape Rope. Mac will promote that Wobbuffet, and we'll see a Blue Wing for 40. On a max turn, going to draw a card, and can Mac find another Float Stone to put on the Wobbuffet? We see Sycamore, discard his hand, draw in 7 new cards. He finds an Ultra Ball via Seeker, Dark Energy to Eevee. We'll see an Ultra Ball, discarding a Vaporeon, and a Sycamore to grab an Umbreon. Okay. And he could grab Shaman, but setup does not work right now because Wob is in the active slot. That's why he didn't grab a Wob Umbreon with that Dark Energy attachment, because he can't use his Energy Evolution. And on a Tony turn, just go to another Blue Wing for 40. And on a Max turn, let's see what's going to happen. Does Mac find a way to treat this Wobbuffet? We've seen the Umbreon come down. Does he find a Float Stone to treat this Wobbuffet? And if he does, he'll put a lot of pressure on Mac, on Antonio for sure. But he is, I think he used Lily maybe? Okay, so DC active. Shadow Bullet 90 and 30 to that Tauros. Okay. Antonio does find a Dark Energy put in that Tauros. We'll see a Lysander, bring him back up the Wobbuffet, and we'll see another Blue Wing for 40 damage. Check it a knockout, going down to 5 price cards. And Mac will promote the Wobbuffet. Okay. And we'll see Mac take a knockout, send back in. Well, let's see. No, you have to Shadow Bullet here. Okay, but we'll see it end, give both players new hands. Alright. So, I mean, Antonio didn't really have anything, but Mac, I guess, needs to dig for more cards. Either way, he can Shadow Ball for the knockout, put a 30 damage on that Tauros. I think Mac ripped a sleeve, maybe? I don't know what that was, actually. But both players set up get 6 new cards, okay. We'll see a Reverse Volley coming down. We'll see a Trainer's Mail look at top 4 cards of his deck. He was going to grab a Professor Kukui, okay. And we'll see a Shadow Bullet doing 100 to the active, 30 to that Tauros. And we'll see another Trainer's Mail look at top 4 cards of his deck. He finds an Ultra Ball. Okay. Now he could have grabbed the Love Ball, just get another Eevee out, but he's going to opt to grab the Ultra Ball. Okay. And let's see what Mac does here. He's got a Lysander, Dark Energy. I mean, I think you retreat right now, just Dark Pulse, taking a knockout, put 30 damage on that Tauros. Now, your opponent could Mad Bull GX for the knockout. No, wait. No, it actually do 180. So yeah, Mad Bull GX would not take a knockout actually. So the Trainer's Book for Antonio, going to look at top cards of his deck. And I mean, will Mac be able to take a knockout next turn? No, I don't think there's any way possible he could do that. Shadow Bull will only do 100, which will put that Tauros up to 160. Okay, and let's see what Antonio does here. He has a Dark Energy active. We'll see maybe an Escape Rope, maybe a Lysander. Yeah, he's going to Lysander, bring in the Umbreon with the Dark Energy, okay. And you'll see Shaman come down for 4 new cards, and he still doesn't find a Darkrai. So Max looks like the top cards of his deck. Going to put a Dark Energy on the Evital. Man, Antonio just not finding an Ultra Ball, not finding a Darkrai. It's just very unfortunate right now. He does have a Hax Maniac, but that's really not going to do too much. And we'll see a Rage for 80. Alright, so on a Max turn, going to draw a card. And what he could do is just straight for 40. Send in the Wobbuffet, Dark Energy active. Going to see actually retreat to the Umbreon. And a Professor Kukui. And that would actually take a knockout. Wow, yes, that would take a knockout. Professor Kukui doing that additional 20 damage, taking a knockout. And going down to 3 prize cards. I forgot about Professor Kukui. Oh man, so we see an Ultra Ball from Antonio, discarding a Hax Maniac and an Escape Rope to grab a Darkrai, which means his other Shaman is prized. I mean, so via a Dark Energy in that bench, and Antonio doesn't have anything. He can via Seeker for Hax, but what does that do? Looks like he's going to Lysander, bring up the Umbreon, a Blue Wing for 30. On a Max turn, can Mac continue the trend of like drawing like a beast? Eevee will come down. He's got a Reverse Volley, which he can't use. He's got an Ultra Ball. I think he's got a VS Seeker. He has, I think he has an Energy. I mean, a Special Charge. I think it's in his hand as well. There's a lot going. Oh yeah, I see a Special Charge. I see a Lysander. I see a Reverse Volley, VS Seeker, Ultra Ball. And I think if you're Mac here, you definitely... Okay, so VS Seeker for a Kukui to draw 2 cards. Did he just hit a Dark Energy off Kukui for 2? I think that's what we just saw. So Dark Energy active. We'll see a straight for 3, 4, 5. Maybe it was a Kukui. Maybe it was like a Lily or something, because he still only did like 40 damage. But on Antonio's turn, just going to Blue Wing for 40. Antonio just not finding anything. Mac does have a Team Flurgat, but I think you hold on to this. Antonio also puts down a Darkrai. We'll see a Shadow Bolt for 90 or 100. Take a knockout. Go down 2 prize cards. Antonio's gonna. And there we go. Yeah, Antonio. Mac will lights on Shaman. Take the game. Antonio not finding the supporter card, unfortunately. And there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty. Bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.